The time has come. PvP. A thing I now can't enjoy. You see, some time back, Mojang changed the way at which Minecraft Mobile works. The change made it so strafing is now different, and attacking players is now ever so slightly different. But this change was noticeable to at least one me, it was noticeable to me. And that change made it very difficult to do PvP. You see, my style relied on one thing, the strafe, which is now broken. So, for weeks I had avoided even doing anything related to Skywars. At times I would try to go back to it only to see immediate failure. But now it's time for you to see what that failure looks like. And I'm going to be doing it on a different region, and it's on Canyon. This is a welcome start. You see, playing on a different region is already terrible. Playing on Canyon is, hell. I had avoided it because, I stand no chance against even an amateur. Yeah. When you're able to get onto the leaderboards, and if you wanted to get very high on the leaderboards, don't take that out of context. I don't have absorption arts from that. Okay. Or resistance. Wow. Wow, what a scam. There's a player here. And I think he wants to fight. I think he wants to. I don't know where I'm looking. I don't know. But I think he should die. Yes, I've avoided PvP. I've done a little bit with Wisp on one of his worlds. You guys probably don't know who Wisp is, but he's a friend of mine that does PvP non-stop. It seemed like I was doing better, but I'm pretty sure I was literally just getting very lucky. Pretty much, I haven't been able to do any fighting the way I do it. So I've had to switch my style a little bit. But I've wanted to keep it as close as to what I'm used to. So instead of using my strafe to put my opponent into a bad situation, I actually got that idea of using my strafe to put my opponents into a bad situation from a quote I read about some sort of famous sword fighter. I was like, oh, allow all of your opponent's bad moves and none of their good moves. I liked that quote, and so that's pretty much what my strafe is all about. It doesn't do much more than that, but that's effective enough. If you can eliminate all of your opponent's good choices with simply a strafe, then you might already have won the fight. And then to allow them to make bad moves. This is to say, oh, it's a position that you can walk into, but that position they walk into is a trap, which is what the strafe is designed for. Yes, I designed a strafe, and I'm dead! Oh no! Ah! The design was very much so just happening. It wasn't an intentional thing. It was just, okay, I'm just doing this. And, oh wow, I didn't even realize this is what I'm doing. But it eventually just happened. And that strafe, it's pretty much what all my PvP comes down to. I didn't know that for a while until I lost it. Until I lost the strafe. But here we are, and I don't think I'm be winning any of these matches. Now instead of what I do, instead of the strafe, is I try to think of positions I could stand at. Although I'm very terrible at it. My whole idea is to just stand in a position that already focuses on, okay, this person is not going to have any advantage. See, I'm standing at which is already kind of what I was doing. But now, it's my focus, because I can't strafe. He's going to get knocked off by me. Not by him, by me. And I'm going to go up here, because that's not actually a good position to be down there. And then we're going to do archery, but I suck at it. Did bows change? Because I feel like there's a lot more drop to arrows. I was shooting someone. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. I need to sprint away from here. But I can't sprint, because it works 100% of the time. You know. Because sprint is supposed to work, but it doesn't. You know, that's a fun little feature. And don't say use the other controls. Because... no. Alright? No, I'm done hearing use the other controls. It's actually just annoying to hear someone constantly say, use the other controls. Use a PC. Use an Xbox. Use what I'm used to. Use what I see another person use. Which is often what it is someone telling me to use what they're used to. Or like, oh yes, this is better. Notice, I have constantly admitted that lots of things are superior, and yet I didn't use them when I had a complete opportunity to use those things. So if I haven't been using them, even though I've been pointing out how much better they are, what could that mean? I don't want to. I don't like that you're stabbing me in the middle of when I was stabbing somebody else. Okay. You gonna make this difficult on me? Huh? Jesus? Huh? Huh? You gonna make this difficult on me, Jesus? Okay, okay. If you fall down, I'll hear it. Maybe. I don't know. My hearing isn't the greatest. We have stuff. So yeah, if I haven't been using it, even when I've already pointed out that it's superior, it's not like I'm gonna suddenly use it. Something that's very important when doing PvP is that the thing you're using just works. Other than that, there's just ways to slightly improve it. PC, yes, it is superior, and it gives you a pretty big advantage, but not just because PCs are better, it's that people just use them more. They're more used to using a PC. There's more people who are like, yeah, I can teach you how to use this, than mobile. There's more strategies that have been developed. It's like the redstone community. If a redstone thing is new, it's not like everybody's going to be giving tutorials on how to do it because, you know, it hasn't existed for that long. And even then, those tutorials, they're not going to be the most high-tech things. Oh, God. There's always things being developed in the redstone community. Always. And it's the same piece of redstone, but it's like, okay, here's another way you can do it. PvP, it's the same. PC has been there longer, pretty much. They've been focusing on it so much more than mobile. So that's a big advantage, purely because, hey, we've just been doing it longer. And that's not me complaining. That's just, like, hey, that's how that is. So that's one of the reasons why PC has such a big advantage. So I would be switching partially because, like, oh, it's easier for me to learn that because there's so much out there. I'd be able to learn, like, how people are doing that, their strategies. It's just easier to pick up on when there's so many people doing it, rather than a few. There's not many people who fight like me, so there's not much to learn from. But then again, I don't care to learn. I just do stuff. But when that thing doesn't work, the thing if your PC doesn't work, you're not going to be fighting very well unless you know how it doesn't work, right? If you're ready for it not to work, you can prepare for that. But if you're not expecting it, what are you supposed to do? You're not able to do much at all. And that's pretty much where I'm at, is I don't know what to do because the thing I'm using doesn't work how I'm expecting it to. Therefore, I'm not able to do much. It's just outside of possibilities. So, yeah, I'm kind of screwed. I can't really figure out what I'm really meant to do when fighting, as the controls don't work as I anticipate them to, you know? Where was I in the main point of the argument? I don't know, but we're just gonna stab this guy until I think of the reason. Or shoot him. I mean, that works too. That works too. Also, look at where the bow is. Oh god, that's gonna be painful. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped up the block. But yeah, the thing that we can agree on is that if your thing does not work, you're not going to be fighting well. You're not going to be in the top league of players because, well, your thing is inconsistent. And what I have is inconsistent. Even if something is not superior, does not mean you cannot win in a fight. If you know how to use something, yeah, you can win. If the person has the greatest thing in the world and they don't know how to use it, and you know how to use something that sucks, you're going to win. Like, if a caveman has a tank and you have a stick, you can probably, you know, well, actually, a caveman might be able to just outstrength you or something, but if the caveman doesn't even know how to fight or anything like that, and doesn't know how to use the tank, yeah, you can probably beat him with just your fist. So, yeah, that's my analogy for mobile players beating PC players. And yes, I've beat plenty of PC players. It's not the hardest thing if you have stuff that works. And I wanted the snowballs. No, I don't want you hitting me off. You walked off instead, though. I kind of wanted his loot. He had a diamond chestplate and a better sword, which would have been lovely to have. So yeah, the update pretty much has made it so I can't really do what I know. Other than that, it's been pretty good update, right? The customization is absolutely fantastic, and I think it's a great idea. The one thing I don't agree with is the optionality of it. If that's even a word. Optionality, that's definitely not a word. But let's pretend it is, because you guys can figure out what it would mean in the first place. So, it's kind of obvious to figure out what it is. Optionality. Yeah. Anyways. I'll definitely cross with you holding snowballs. I feel very safe to cross. Oh, yes, I feel safe. You make me feel protected. It's a genius idea for me to cross. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm just going to let you go back and forth. Oh, no. No, you don't get happiness. Oh, I missed anyways. I'm a genius. Whee! I guess I can keep taunting you. That's something I can do. I guess he didn't want to live in the same world as me. Yes, I've avoided Skywars because the update. I know, how pathetic of me. But seriously, if I can't fight back, and I'm very surprised I won those matches. That was surprising. How many did I win? I don't know, but that was actually kind of surprising. But if I'm not able to fight back how I usually would, it hurts to see, oh yeah, you were a high-ranking player, and don't say I'm not. Don't say I'm not. And then to see, I've lost to amateurs after this update. I've lost to amateurs when I was trying, and I mean I was trying. Each update really did just suck for me. They are good, I'll have to admit. I just was on the bad end of the deal. Bye.